This here is the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. I know that's a big name for such a small little drone, but this thing is probably the most underrated professional drone that you can pick up on the market today. There are so many options right now with drones out. I had to showcase this HoverAir X1 Pro Max for you guys because there's just so many things that this thing can do. And at the price point, you'd be paying so much more for comparative companies. And when I say comparative companies, there's just things that the HoverAir Pro Max does that other companies just haven't done, or they're very quickly trying to copycat that. In fact, we just saw that today with the DJI Flip that was just announced, which I think they're trying to rival HoverAir's X1 Pro Max here, but a lot of different things here. And that thing comparison, much larger than the HoverAir X1 Pro Max is. So I love that it can fit in the palm of my hand. To turn it on, you're simply going to just push the power button here on top. You can always just launch it from your hand, which is really convenient. You can get this charging case for it, which I think is an absolute must. It's awesome just to slip this into the charging case and have it charging. So when you first turn it on, it's going to be looking for a face. That's what it's going to be looking for initially, is a face. And right now it's just set to hover. So if I click the power button and have it launch, I can launch right here and it's gonna go up. Just like that, we're in business and it's recording me now. To retrieve it again, I simply put my hand out and there we go, retrieved. So that's the basics of the X1 Pro Max. I love how easy it is to fold, and let me show you this little charging case. So this is a case that was designed specifically for snowboarders or cyclists. When you're trying to do multiple runs or multiple recordings, you can always carry additional batteries. This is actually a dual battery charger right here, but you can also just slip this right into this case, close it, and now it's charging. So you can see right here that the batteries, it's at 100% because I just did that one takeoff on it, but you can see the little screen right through here. What's nice is you got a little charge indicator here, and this is charging while it's still on. So when I pull it out, you're immediately ready to fly simply by unfolding it, and now we're ready to go. In fact, if I change the modes, which I can do right here on top, got bird eye, orbit,
zoom out.
So this is zoom out 20 feet high. So let's go ahead and just test that out. I'm gonna do it right here. So we just push the button one time.
20 feet.
Make sure
out.
it sees my face. And it's gonna go lock onto my face, and it's gonna zoom out 20 feet, and it's gonna go high because that's what we have it set on. So there it goes. Now it is going over water, and the X1 Pro Max actually lets you go over water. It has multi-terrain technology to sense even water or land. But as you can see, it just went out, did that recording, and now it's coming back in for me to retrieve it again. So here it is back, come out with my hand, land, boom, just like that. I've now retrieved it. It's so easy to use. Now, there's more we can do with this. In fact, they have this beacon that you can get additionally with it. This is my go-to. Just to let you guys know, this is my go-to everyday drone flying. It's just this right here. One battery, this charging case, nice strap to put over my shoulder. I take this on e-bike rides, hikes, you name it. It's so nice because I've always got a fully charged drone ready to go right here in the case. Oh, something else to note is that it does shoot in 4K and even 8K. One of my features that I love about it is that it will do 4K 60 frames per second. So you can actually slow it down by 50% and get some really cool slow motion shots with it. But that 8K is something that I've not seen on any other drone. And you've got a nice 2-axis stabilized gimbal camera right here in the front. And that camera is really impressive. The battery is right here, and you've also got rear obstacle camera avoidance. So you've got multi-directional obstacle avoidance. You've also got a camera down here on the bottom. And of course, you've got the camera on the front here. So this thing will see and avoid obstacles with a lot of precision. Now, the only thing it won't do is on the side. So you've got no side optical collision sensors on the sides here, but front, back, and bottom, you do have that. So the other thing that you can get with this is this beacon, and this beacon gives you a lot more control. Like this comes becomes a full-blown remote controlled drone in your pocket when you have this. So this is the beacon right here, and there's technology built into this so that rather than just doing face and body tracking, it'll actually track the beacon itself, which is a great feature to have. Be able to track this beacon because it's super precise. So if you're cycling or snowboarding, you can have it just track this beacon, but this beacon is so much more. So if I turn this on here, this gets really cool what we can do with this. So you've got this little screen on here. It's got a nice OLED screen here. It's powered on and it's connecting now. So it's going to connect here with the drone as soon as I turn that on. Be good to have that on as well.
Current mode.
So there it is.
Out.
It's on. And now it is connecting to it. There we go. Connect to the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. And now this beacon is a little controller as well. Just by itself can be a little controller, but we can do so much more with this beacon beyond just this little control and having a screen. And if you can see here, so there we go. We've actually got the little screen here. So it's showing me, so I can actually see what the drone sees. So this is great for emergency situations. You can actually control the drone return to home by pressing and holding this button. It'll return to home. So if you're in a pinch and you maybe need to retrieve your drone really quickly, you can actually push and hold this button and it will return to home, which is really, really nice. Or you can take the right side controller here and stick this on. It'll magnetize and clip right in there.
Manual control.
Now we've got full manual control with a one-handed joystick with motion control. This is pretty sweet how this works. So we can go in, we've got lots of different settings right here. We've got manual, we've got hover. We could launch this and change all of the different modes directly from here. But if we go over here into manual
control.
Watch this. So I can just push the button on here.
Manual control.
To take it off. So now it's going to take off. Just like that. Now we'll launch. And now with a simple gesture, it is kind of windy right now, so it's doing a pretty good job. So if I pulled the trigger down here in the front, then I'm simply just using this as a motion control. See that? Going forward, going backwards, going left, going right, just like that. And then if I use the joystick here, that'll increase elevation. So I can go up and out at the same time. I don't know if you guys are still seeing that or not, but it's really cool because with just this one motion controller, I can control this even over water, which is pretty cool. And if I use this here, I can actually turn the drone around, come back towards me. So now it's looking back towards me. So now, of course, the controls are going to be opposite. You got to kind of think of that. And this thing's able to handle some pretty good wind. As you can see, it's struggling a little bit, but it's totally handling that wind, which is pretty awesome that it can handle such windy conditions for such a small drone. But I'm loving this just one-handed control. It's almost similar to the DJI Avata control with that motion controller. You've got that built right in here. So the nice thing is even though you're in manual control mode here, I can still land it with my hand. So I just reach my hand out and boom, right there, we've landed. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to hit record, so I didn't record anything on that flight, but that's all right. Just so you know, you can control all of that. So if we swipe up in the bottom, we've got our flight settings, camera settings. We can go in here and change all of the settings, shooting mode, vertical shooting, your resolution. If we look at the resolution, you can see we've got 1080p and 4K. That's because I'm shooting in HDR mode right now. So if I go into shooting mode, you've got photo and video, but under shooting patterns, you've actually got normal, HDR, slow-mo, and hover cine, which is kind of their take on a flat profile. So if I go into normal, mode now, and we come back to resolution, now you can see that we've got 8K. So now I can shoot in 8K. It's insane that we can shoot 8K footage on this HoverAir X1 Pro Max. You can also do vertical shooting, which is nice. It is using the crop sensor for that, but it is giving some really high resolution vertical shooting. So there's so much more that I could go into in terms of settings and everything. You've got over-the-air updates. You can just control everything with this beacon. I definitely recommend the beacon because you've got so many different settings available to you inside of the beacon. All right, and then lastly, what I want to show you here is something else that you can get with it is Hover's own ND filters. So talking about frame rate and high resolution, you can actually get ND8 all the way up to ND64. These filters go right here on the front of the lens there. They just clip right on there to the front, and this will allow you to set the proper frame rate so you get that natural motion blur when you're out shooting. So this isn't just meant for hobbyists or, tourists or something like that. It's great for that. It's super easy and simple for that, but you can get some really good professional looking footage with this as well. Now you can take the left side controller here and you can snap that in there. And now what we have is actual thumbstick. So we have full blown drone thumbstick control here now. And we can go even further and we can pull these out and rotate them around like that. And now we've got actual hand grips there. And we can go one step further and you can put your cell phone right in here and have a big screen just like you would with any other drone with a controller that you can snap your phone into it, and you can even connect it with the included USB-C. So it's for super high frame rates, for super high bit rates going into the controller. But you can also just use it just like this because you've actually got a scroll wheel here for controlling the gimbal on the front. So if we look here on the front, this is actually going to control the gimbal up and down once we're flying, of course. In fact, let's just take it off again and show you. So this time I'm going to go ahead and record. So now I'm recording on the X1 Pro Max, and we're going to take it off by just hitting the power button on the front here.
Manual control.
And it's going to take off. So now we've got more traditional controls. See that? Like I'm able to use regular controls, which I'm very familiar with flying a lot of other drones. And yet it's all from a pocket drone that shoots 8K. It's really incredible. And we can totally go out. Look at that visual. Beautiful mountain views. We've got the little screen here on the beacon, which is nice. I mean, come on. It doesn't get much better than that. And it's actually pretty windy right now. So this thing's struggling not very much at all, but it is totally... Oh man, we just had a huge gust of wind. I don't know if you guys can see that. Huge gust of wind come in and it handled it like a champ. I actually thought I was gonna lose my HoverAir right there. And I'm flying over water, which is really risky. So definitely do that at your own risk. But it just totally handled that gust of wind. Wow. Anyway, coming back in. So yeah, guys, the HoverAir X1 Pro Max, definitely something you want to check out because it is just a jam-packed pocket-sized drone that folds up and can literally fit into your pocket. I didn't even get into these other additional accessories. You actually have a bike mount here or a clip mount for the beacon. So if we fold this down here, we take this part off and this part off, we can actually do this, and now we have a clip. So you can clip this onto your jacket or your snowsuit, wherever you want to clip this, you can clip this beacon on. Now you don't have to use the beacon. I don't know if I made that clear, but you don't have to use the beacon. You can use just this, and I do that a lot because it will track you as, it'll recognize your face, and then it'll also track your body very accurately. So you don't need this, but the beacon is really a great add-on as well. And then this here is the actual bike mount. So this will snap right in place like so. And now you have a mount for your bike. So if this was your handlebar, right like that, so you can see exactly what your HoverAir is seeing, and you're not looking back. How many times have you been on a bike with a drone following you and you're constantly looking back, constantly back? Is it still following? What is it seeing? Now you can see exactly what your drone is seeing with this bike mount. So there you have it. Check out the links in the description of this video here. I've got great links for you guys to check out the best price on the HoverAir. They have the HoverAir X1 Pro and the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. And if you click on the link, you'll see all the different specifications on what's different about the two. But I'm telling you, I am loving my Pro Max. Definitely a must-have for content creators or anybody that just wants to capture great visuals from the sky wherever you're going in life.